Hi guys, this is Tracy Newman from the Navigators Tarot, here to do a Divine Masculine reading. Sorry, my top keeps falling down. It's painful, but I'll just, yeah. Okay, alrighty. I don't know if anybody else is actually experiencing difficulties with their internet. I certainly have been lately. The Tower for the masculine. Yes, the masculine seems to be going through it right now, but becoming quite creative in how he's actually looking at things and how he's moving into these new earth energies away from those old matrix world energies. Still doesn't quite know where he's going or how this is going to manifest in his life, but he is the Fool and he's jumping out into the unknown, finally prepared to jump out into the unknown and face whatever demons are going to come up. Sometimes literal demons coming up to the fore to be removed and cleansed and purged. The Six of Pentacles. Okay, so once again, I'm getting, every time I see this card, I keep getting about the quantum financial system that's coming in. I will say as the old world begins to fall, so will a lot of the financial institutions begin to fall. And I can't tell you in what way, but I keep getting that they are going to fall and that a new quantum financial system will come in. Not one based on the original fiat system. That is now going to fall, even though it doesn't quite look at it at the time. And I go, oh yes, it'll fall, but it'll come back up. Yeah, no, it's not coming back up. It's not coming back up. This is a literal, we are literally going through a massive reset and change on planet Earth. This is not just about our financial reserves and all of that sort of stuff. It's got nothing to do with that. We literally are going through a massive reset on every level, spiritual level, physical level, on every level. So the masculine is needing to go into his hermit stage to start to heal some of those hurts and pull some of those swords from his heart center. He now has to go within and start to really find the truth of who he really is through his heart center. He now no longer can rely on any outer aspect at all. He must go within. And it's not about meditating and going out into no thing, because that is escapism and it will not actually heal what needs to be healed. It's about going within, connecting to source within, which is in the heart center and in every cell in the body. And it's about removing old wounds, purging out any old programs, and removing shame, guilt that the masculine holds. The masculine holds a lot of shame and guilt, for not only has he not only does he hold the old programs of subjugation of the feminine through the subjugation of the earth plane, but also too he holds the fear, shame and guilt that he is now beginning to wake up from the subjugation of the feminine in the human form as well, and also to the subjugation of his own divine feminine within and his disconnection from that. The only way to the God source for the masculine is through his feminine. Now, whether that is comes in the form of a projected feminine in the outer world, or he must go within to connect, and to eventually he will go in to connect to his divine feminine source from within, which lies in that heart and solar plexus center. But sometimes the catalyst can come in the form of a projected feminine on an outer level. So yes, he wants to come into divine union with his feminine counterpart. So that there will be, as I've said before, and I think a lot of us are moving out of that so-called twin flame dynamic that held us back for a little while, and I really feel like now we're moving beyond that, and recognizing that everyone is a potential twin flame as the flame ignites within each and every single one of us. And as the masculines begin to move into that and start to connect more to the heart center, that flame will ignite, and then the divine masculine and divine feminine counterparts can come together in one, in purity and love and unconditional love, no judgment and peace. And the masculine is on his way. He's now wanting to do the healing. He's now beginning to look at himself. He wants to move into calmer waters so that then he can heal his wounds. But of course, it can sometimes require him to go within to those hermit energies, and that's where he can actually find the truth of who he really is. There's the Ace of Swords. Again, the Ace of Swords is about new beginnings, but it's also about new beginnings and looking at things from a more truthful aspect. It's like the sword cuts through anything that is not needed, no longer needed, and it needs to be purged out. And that sword is the one that can actually go through, stab through all of that, stab through the wounding and allow the wound to, I guess it's like a putrid sort of a putrefying kind of abscess, and the sword of truth comes through and slits open or stabs through that abscess, and now it's like all that disgusting pus and everything is now being removed. And you must actually do that before you can heal any type of wound. Sorry, looking at things from a nurse's aspect. You really can't take a nurse. You can take a nurse out of the hospital system, but you really can't take the nurse out of a nurse once she, because she's always going to be a nurse. Sorry, guys. Anyway, that's how I see it. Judgment is coming. Judgment Day is coming, and there's more of they're starting to become a lot more independent. In the way that they are now, instead of relying on an outer source, they're starting to actually realize that their greatest source lies within, and their greatest source of information about themselves comes from within, and not from some guru or some outer source that pretends that they're an authority, when in actuality they are not. And I'm talking about patriarchal religions, all of them. I don't care what one it is, they all hold dogma. You need to go beyond that and go to the original teachings of all of those religions, which come in the form of sometimes the Buddha, the Jesus Christ, Muhammad. They are the original source. Go there, get rid of everything else. The Dalai Lama is nope. Something about the Dalai Lama that is just not right, and he's quite judgmental. I don't find him in any way, shape or form enlightened, but holds very closely to the dogma that his church or his religion holds on to. So, and that is also part of that patriarchal religious system that must actually fall. So, yeah. So they're the energies for the masculine. They are really beginning to move forward in a big way into healing. Six of Cups. They're also very nostalgic about everything, But this is interesting because it's kind of like a nostalgia that lies and is buried deep within their cells of a world that they knew before the fall. Of a world where they lived in harmony and were in great contact with and connection with their divine feminine, in the form of their own divine feminine in the heart center, the divine feminine on an outer scale, their partner in feminine form, but also to Gaia, the earth, the connection with the earth and all that is, and in honouring that instead of subjugating. And so there's a lot of nostalgia coming through for the masculine energies. When I talk about energies, I'm not talking about gender as such. I'm talking about energies. We all house divine feminine and masculine within, and project that out. Okay, so I think that's all I have for the divine masculine right now. Wonderful stuff, masculines, really beginning to come forward into these new earth energies. How beautiful. Look at that, the sun, and stepping into who you really are. The truth of who you really are is the sun. The sun actually represents the masculine. The earth has always been the feminine. So really beginning to move into your Emperor energy and into the original sun energies, those masculine energies. So beautiful. Wonderful stuff. See you again. Bye for now. And if you haven't already, can you hit like and subscribe, and I shall see you soon. Bye for now.